Happy Wednesday. So today's weigh-in day for me, and I just want to touch base. I have been on 10 milligrams for a month now, and I had a gain today. And so I figured let's talk about it a little bit and how I'm feeling. So I just had my period this last week, and I know that had led to a lot more of chocolate cravings and a little bit more carbs as well, just because that's what my body needed. And I also know that I didn't make my typical like fiber filled protein oatmeal. So there was a huge impact of that, meaning I wasn't pooping as much. All that together, I knew what I was walking into. Like, I anticipated that it might not be a week I'm going to be thrilled about, but I'm at peace with it. The reality is that we will not have perfect weeks every week. There are many different things that play into it, and being okay with that, being okay for whatever information you receive on the scale is so important for this journey, because I'm looking at a lifetime of health, right? And that means that I will not get necessarily weight loss every week. That's okay. It's about the long game here, especially because I'm looking to extend all of my doses as much as possible so I can get the most weight loss out of these medications. I'm not looking to just lose 18% of my weight. I have about 50% to lose from where I started. So that means being patient. The other thing is that I am very invested in losing at most 2 pounds a week. And so I'm intentionally making sure not to miss meals, to eat enough calories, that I'm not losing anything. My range, my window, my goal on a weekly basis is between 0.5 and 2 pounds. And the reason for that is I want to minimize as much as I can for some of these negative side effects such as hair loss, which I'm already dealing with. And I know that if I lost more than 2 pounds a week, I would have an even worse scenario with my hair loss. The other thing is that muscle loss. You're likely to deal with muscle loss if you're losing more weight rapidly. So my personal solution is let's lose weight more slowly. And it also gives me a chance to build that muscle and get more adjusted to this weight loss as well mentally. So I wanted to get on here and share that, my perspective. I didn't even necessarily do the math to figure out how much weight I gained. I just knew it was a higher number than the one I had gotten last week. And that's okay. It's okay. We'll be okay. Not all weeks are going to be winners. There will be plenty of weeks that will test us. And it's just a matter of like problem solving and figuring out what really went wrong here. Was it my sleep? Was I not sleeping enough? Did I eat too much sugar and carbs, which is my case this week? What point in my cycle am I? There's just so many important things to consider before going to a worst case scenario. And I think that, that's the reason I wanted to take a few minutes to share that with you, share how I'm feeling. That way, if you are having a hard day and you find this video, if you had a hard week, you can see this and hopefully feel some peace. While I'm on the subject of weight, I wanted to share some advice to you. Advice I've shared across other platforms and I haven't had a chance to share here, is that if you are weighing in on your shot day, I would recommend you to pick a different day. So the ideal time to weigh in is somewhere between 2 days after your injection and up to 1 day before your injection. That's going to give you a much more stable number. Oftentimes on shot day, it is a much tougher day for us, especially if you're taking your shot at the end of the day. So that means you had a whole day where you were at the lowest level of this medication in your system, and it might lead you to eat a little bit more food towards the end of the week. And if you're going to step on the scale when you're having a hard time and you're likely to see a higher number on the scale, it's just very defeating. So my advice to you is that if you're doing weekly weigh-ins, on shot day, consider moving it and seeing what that does to your mindset as well, because seeing a number that is just a little bit more stable and accurate to what your week was like just gives us a lot more peace. My shot day's Thursday. I like to weigh in Wednesday morning. That way I had 5 days of this medication in my system. The half-life of these drugs are 5 days. So by the end of the 5th day, I know that I only have 50% of that medication in my system. That number's not exact, but let's just say that that's about the range, right? So it's about half as effective as it was when I first got the injection. And the reason I suggest 2 days after the shot is because it takes 24 to 48 hours for this medication to ramp up to 100% in our system. So you're looking at about, that window is like that curve you want to be paying very close attention to, and then deciding where in that curve you want to take your, do your weigh-ins. And another perspective to think about is you don't have to weigh in every day. You can decide that you're only going to weigh in once a month or only when you go to the doctor's office. Pay attention to how you feel on the scale, how you handle the information you receive. If a number that isn't 3 pounds down is going to impact you, that might mean that there's some work you need to do and that scale is not your friend. And that's okay. A lot of us coming on this journey have had a long history of disappointment stepping on the scale, so we get re-triggered when we do that. So please consider what you need to do for your health, for your mental health, along with your health journey, and you will have just such better success and feelings of empowerment if you start doing that. So consider, if you're taking your shot on shot day, maybe let's move it. Let's move it to the day or two before or 2 or 3 days after to get a more consistent result. If you are looking to, if you realize that no matter what the scale says, you're disappointed, let's go put that scale away. The doctors will check you out during your visits for your follow-ups. Hopefully that's the process you're in. Or you can, I had someone share with me that they only use a scale at their friend's house, where they go every couple of weeks or months, so they can't access the scale at their own home, and it allows them not to worry about it. Start getting creative on this journey. You don't need to do what everyone else is doing. What you need to do is think about what is going to give you the best health experience for your whole life, okay? We are looking at succeeding for our whole life, and in order to do that, we need to really consider what choices we're making. Are they sustainable, and are they something that is going to get us to a forever healthiness? Because I'm not looking for a quick weight loss. That's just not for me. I'm not spending this much money. I'm not investing this much time and effort and commitment into this for a short-term weight loss. I want this to last. And the best way I can do that is to do it in a way that I can enjoy my life. So I'm still going to eat what I need to eat, avoid too much, too fast of weight loss, and make sure I take the advice my doctors provide. If you need any help, let me know. I do offer coaching, but I'm also working on a mini course right now to make sure that all the information and research that I've been working on, all the conversations I've been having with experts in the field, gets consolidated into a space that you can just access and learn from. It's very hard. There's so much information on the internet, and sometimes that information just isn't right. I'll tell you, because I'm on the internet as well, and seeing what is being relayed to the rest of you. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and frustrated and you don't think you have enough support in your own medical team, I'm available to help work as a liaison between your medical team and you. Maybe, just a medical jargon gets you really stressed out and it's really hard to follow along. Reach out to me, let's chat. I really recommend you get on the wait list, because the course I'm creating is going to be a game changer for people. It's just going to be something that makes this whole process a lot more accessible and gives you the best information that's out there right now. So I'll include the link in my description. Please go check that out. See if that's something that's relevant to you. I'd say that if you're in the first like 3 doses of these medications, it's still worth it for you because you still have a journey ahead of you. And if you are taking these doses and going up every month or every other month, you should check out my content. You should check out my content specifically on Instagram and take a listen to what I'm trying to share right now. And the bottom line is that if you're looking to lose a lot of weight on these medications, you need to go slow with your dose increases, and you need to be patient with the ups and downs and however this journey might go. Because for people like me who have much more than 18% to lose, we're in it for the long haul. And that means that we need to be patient and do a lot more work than maybe somebody who's just looking to lose 10 to 15% of their weight. There is a different journey here, and we need to be smart about what we're doing. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you're following me on all the different platforms. I try to provide daily content on Instagram. I am doing my best to get on here on YouTube when I want to share something that's more long form. And I am trying to focus on this mini course for all of you. So I hope you're excited. I'm excited, and mostly I'm excited to change our life. Let's do it.